Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and welcome to Knowledge Talks, a weekly entertainment and knowledge sharing program aired live specifically to share with you topics that contribute knowledge to the society. Every week, Knowledge Talk hosts and invite guests that are experts, professionals, and leaders from the field locally that bring wealth of knowledge to you. Knowledge Talk also highlights and promotes talent in the country that contribute knowledge and success to the nation. This program, ladies and gentlemen, is a weekly session that I will have with you every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. I am your host Dr Faris Al Hajri, along with our studio engineer DJ Saleh, for an hour bringing you free knowledge at your doorsteps on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Stay tuned after this music break for today's knowledge topic. Welcome back to Knowledge Talk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host Dr Faris Al Hajri, along with our studio engineer DJ Saleh, with you here live today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Water is indeed one of the essential ingredients to our survivals. Doctors say that drinking roughly 8 glasses is ideal. Nevertheless, did you know that hot water have some exclusive benefits of their own? Did you also know that hot water can help you reduce weight loss without even going to the gym? Did you know that hot water can be substitute to many of the food you might be having? And finally, do you know that hot water can help you avoid many sickness? Well, who could better explain this better than this with a scientific justification other than the Omani guru himself, Dr Faris Al Hajri? Dr. Faris knows hot water. He practices very, very well and is doctor by merit. I personally started drinking hot water myself, and a number of people have given feedback to me about it. But now I don't have the answers because Dr. Faris is the man who have given the advice. Dr. Faris is the man who is practicing it. Dr. Faris is here with us today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. I'm very pleased to invite my guest this week, Dr. Faris, to speak about the specific benefits of hot water and doubts many of you have about it this week. This week, ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity also to call in on 24602058. That's the number, 24602058. You can call anytime during the program today and ask your questions directly to Dr. Faris. Dr. Faris, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Mr. Tariq. I'm very fascinated to be again here, be hosted by you, Mr. Tariq.
Yeah, you know one thing, Dr. Faris, you've got a very pleasant personality.
Thank you.
And of course, this is we're hosting you again, and the reason is because the hot water subject is very, very big. And last time when we had our session, we couldn't cover many of the things. And not only to mention that, number of people who I meet and see me personally drinking also hot water, asking me questions. Tariq, hot water, why not cold? What are the impacts and the benefit and so on? And then, of course, I said, what would be better than me hosting the guru himself, the knowledge himself, the Dr. Faris himself?
Thank you, my dear. I'm here to do my best to serve the society.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said at the beginning of the show today, you can call anytime. The number is 24602058, and then you have the opportunity to ask question directly to Dr. Faris, who is here with me today, and he's very, very much looking forward for your questions. So that's about it. So Dr. Faris, to start our program today, the question that I want to ask you is,
yes,
hot water,
yep,
how do you differentiate it to cold water? To me and to everyone else, water is a water.
Yep.
But now, according to the learnings and the knowledge that you've been sharing and the lessons, is hot water is not like a cold water, and it is different. Could you please share what different is it?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Tariq. Yes, hot water, we talk about 50 degrees Celsius. That's for adults, but for children it's about 40 degrees Celsius. Of course, nobody take a thermometer to calculate the temperature. So what you do here is that the hot water, the heat, enough that you do not burn yourself. That the moment you just feel you drink, you feel your mouth every gulp, and then you can swallow without feeling the burn. Just a little bit. One you cannot tolerate.
Is that like feeling like drinking
That's hot.
tea?
It's like a little bit less than the temperature of the tea, but some people they drink tea very hot. So anyway, it's just a little bit less than the temperature of the tea that we take, because the tea we take, usually we take a small quantity every sip.
Okay.
But with hot water, you need to fill the mouth, and
you fill the whole mouth?
Fill the mouth before you swallow. Yes, so that you make sure that the temperature remain when you swallow is larger quantity rather than that, taking just a small quantity every sip.
Oh, okay, that's new to me. What I was doing was really using the temperature of similar to a tea. So I was just having sips. So that's not the right way. I should have the full thing, actually.
Not at one. We're talking about, for example, a 500 milliliter glass or mug. You cannot drink at once like the warm water. So we differentiate the water in cold, warm, hot, and boil. Okay. So here's that you fill the mouth every time. Every gulp. You fill the mouth. That's the temperature.
Okay.
Now
how do you see the difference between hot and cold? Isn't it the same thing at the end of the day?
Yes.
Excuse me for being naive, but
feel free, please.
Is it at the end of the day water, the substance itself, water with the old ingredient that it's been created with it?
Yes. Water in general has a lot of benefit in general, but the temperature plays a big role. Any additive on water plays a big role. It changes the credibility with the temperature change and also with any additive. So when we talk about the cold water, solidify the fat deposit, there's a lot of side effect with the cold water. The warm water is neutral. It does not have any side effect. It can be beneficial, but not to that extent. Hot water that your body can tolerate is there are many reasons. The reason number one is that you need to transfer the energy from the water to your body. Our body temperature is about 36.5 to 37 degrees Celsius. So what I recommend here for children 40 degrees Celsius and for adults 50 degrees Celsius is that going back to the first law of thermodynamics is that you see energy transfer. Is that the energy transfer from a hot body to a cold body, not the other way around. So when you take the hot water with that temperature 50 degrees, that means the difference of 13 degrees, that the amount of energy that transfer to your body.
Okay, let me go just one step back a bit.
I would just mention here so the importance of that, why hot water also, why we maintain we stick in the principle of hot water, not warm water, or not even to get away from cold water. Also because it does melt the fat deposit, the lipid in our body, kill harmful bacteria and neutralize toxins. And these are the main cause of health complications in our body.
Does this mean also having cold juice has a side effect? Is it anything to do with cold?
Anything cold, most especially when it's extremely cold, may have some side effects, most especially when long term. Because anything cold in our body, you see, what happened here is that the body would start to lose the energy, but because our bodies try to maintain the temperature. So what will happen here, when you take something cold, it will cause vasoconstriction or constrict of the blood veins. And so that can cause a raise of the blood temperature, the blood pressure. And in the long term, you can have a problem down the road. The other problem is that you have accumulation of lipid in the blood, in the veins. Because there's a specific percentage of lipid or what is a fat deposit in our blood. So that will have a tendency of solidifying within a long term. Within a long time.
Now, what about room temperature water? You know, sometimes you go to the restaurants and people say, I would like to have a water. Some of them, majority would take cold. Some would take room temperature. But none, or hardly none, to my own at least experience, take hot water. Now, cold, you said not advisable. Room temperature, is it okay?
It's neutral. There's no side effect, but it won't do the health impact on you to have the benefit. It doesn't melt the fat deposit. It doesn't kill harmful bacteria, and it will not neutralize toxins in your body.
Okay, so hot water would add the value.
Exactly, yes.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, hot water. So for those who are going to the restaurants, for those who are ordering food, and for those who are at home, of course, drinking water, hot water is what you need to have. Not cold, definitely. room temperature is fine, doesn't give you the benefit, but hot water does give you the benefit. The number to call in, ladies and gentlemen, is 24602058 if you have any clarification. Doubt that you have. Dr. Faris is with us here today. Okay, welcome back to Knowledge Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic today is about the hot water and the benefits and the impact it has over your body, and the importance of drinking hot water in comparison to any other drinks. Even the water itself, you've got cold water, room temperature, and the hot water. Don't drink cold water. That's what Dr. Faris is saying. It has a side effect. You can drink a room temperature, that's fine, but it doesn't give you any of the benefits that hot water gives you. And now we're proceeding with the questions that we have today, Dr. Faris. I believe and I understand from you that hot water can be a good replacement for gym, going to the exercise. Does that mean if I have hot water, I don't need to go to the gym for me to reduce weight?
That's a very good question, Mr. Tariq. Actually, yes, because people are becoming workaholic. They have many reasons for not being able to go to the gym. We know that gym has a lot of benefits, but let's remember here that when we do body exercise, is that the water in our body is being used to produce the energy to burn the calorie. So you go into a state of dehydration. I'm not against doing the gym, but it's a fact that people cannot afford to go to the gym, majority of people, because of a reason as stated. But if you do the gym and you use your hot water therapy, it's really amazing, because it can substitute the body workout, for the reason. Let's first find out what is a calorie. You see that every day men burn about 2,000 calories. And women about 1,500 approximate. And if we take more calorie, more than what we burn every day, that's where things start to go wrong, And people go to the gym, they want to burn more calorie faster. So let's first define let's find out what is a calorie. You find that hot water is the icon of all human biology. Everything in a human biology, hot water is involved. How? A calorie, try to understand here, you find that directly connected with the hot water, a calorie. So scientifically, a calorie is defined as the energy our body needs while raising the temperature of 1 gram water from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius by 1 degree Celsius. So when you do your body workout, you are inducing energy to your body. It's called thermogenesis. Your body starts to warm up, heated up. That's where you start to burn energy, because the water, your body is represented by 75% water, 3/4 of that. So the water in your body is being used to produce the energy. Every single gram, every single 1 degree Celsius, that is 1 calorie. Okay. See, it's amazing. So when you do the hot water therapy, plus you do your body workout, or you like walking, or even 20 minutes walking, you can do double benefit, and you do benefit by hydrating your body cells with increasing the energy and burning calories compared to the just body exercise where you dehydrate your body.
Okay, now how often do I have to drink the hot water in a day?
That's a very good question. Of course, that depends on the atmospheric condition. It depends and also on the age. It depends on your daily activity and so on. But we take an average of about 3 liters of hot water every day. Of course, there is a method that is much better. Drinking hot water at any time is beneficial, but if you follow the methods, the therapeutic methods of hot water, the method of drinking, of course, hot water modalities come in various forms, but here we focus about methods of drinking hot water, which is the essential. You need much better that if you follow the principle, you follow the method.
Okay, what is the method?
Right. In the morning when you wake up, or try to use, because people are becoming workaholic, there's no time, so we try to give more time interval. Have your glass of hot water at more interval than to have at less interval time. That means if you use a 500 milliliters or 12 ounce glass of hot water at the time you drink, you need about 6 glasses. So a half liter is like a 1 small mineral water, the bottle. In the morning, before brushing your teeth, at standing position, it's very crucial. Have 1.
Okay.
And if you depends on you what time you have your breakfast. So if you have again time like 1 hour, 2 hour, then you can have another 1 glass before your meal, before your breakfast. And then throughout the morning, between the breakfast, your breakfast time and lunchtime, you need to have about 2 to 3 glasses. 2 to 3 glasses. And before lunch, that's very crucial, very important. 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And in the evening, take about another 1 or 2 glasses. Before going to bed, about 1 hour before bed, you need to have another one. So in this case, you find that in whole day, you split about 6 glasses or 3 liters of hot water in a day for many reasons, because you cannot drink 3 liters at a time for many reasons, and you cannot drink, you cannot, and should not exceed more than 3 hours.
Okay.
Unless for in emergency cases or exceptional cases, but that should not be an everyday daily reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying so the first step is drinking hot water in a standing position before even brushing your teeth.
Yes.
Okay. That's very interesting. Now we have a caller on air, Dr. Faris. So we'll just pick up the call. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum, Tariq.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
And Dr. Faris also.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Hi, how are you doing today?
To hear you on the air. It's a very nice program.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I will summarize what I want to tell you.
Okay.
In the Quran, they mention about water. وَجَعَلْنَاكُم مِّنَ الْمَاءِ كُلُّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that clarify each and everything. It didn't mention hot water.
Yes.
It didn't mention cold water. Every living in the world, one way or the other, needs water to survive.
MashaAllah.
That's for sure. But I appreciate they talk about Dr. Faris. He has done a lot of research and has come up with many conclusions which support his research. I have tried hot water. It's good. No doubt about it. I drink room temperature water every morning when I wake up.
MashaAllah.
Believe me, if I don't drink that half glass of water or full glass of water, I have a problem with my constipation. That's for sure. I have seen the difference when I drink the water and when I don't drink the water. Let's say, assume I'm in a difficult situation, I'm not at home, I'm out, I'm for some reason not at home. Probably I don't have that opportunity to have that half bottle of water. I get difficulty. I've noticed that. Now, another problem, I am usually drinking a lot of water whenever I have time. But I've noticed there's another impact on it. If you drink a lot of water, you need to go to the bathroom, naturally.
True.
But if you have a meeting with people, you are in another office, and then it will look inconvenient to ask to go to the bathroom every now and then. There are some people who cannot resist. What does Dr. Faris say about this?
Yeah, there's a very good
Thank you very much for your program. I wish you continue with these similar programs every now and then.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank
I didn't catch your good name.
Tariq, and I thank you, Dr. Faris.
Barakallahu feek. Thank you so much.
Your good name, please?
Okay, we missed the name of a gentleman who called and asked a very, very good question and a very good input. Dr. Faris, what's your feedback about this?
Thank you very much. Actually, yes, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. We have made from water everything alive. Don't they believe? Yes, this actually is another section, water and religion. Water in Holy Quran and water and also in other religions as well, because I've been doing also research about water in other religions as well. Okay, yes, room temperature has been taking. That's a good step, as we have been talking about. But let's remember that today, we have toxification, we have the environment, we have the food preservative. Everything today has been, yes, we enjoy the modern life, but in the meantime, we are paying a huge price of the modern life. The radiations and all this, those will not be in the warm water or room temperature water. It's, as we said before, it's a neutral. It's much better than the cold water. But the hot water, as we mentioned, melt the fat deposit, kills harmful bacteria and neutralize toxins. That he may not realize, but within long term, he may realize the side effect because accumulated toxins and harmful bacteria and fat in the body. I myself, before I discovered the hot water, I've been drinking room temperature water for 14 years.
Okay.
14 years. But that was not enough to prevent me because I used to be workaholic.
Okay.
I used to work for about 15 to 20 hours per day.
Wow.
But that was not enough to protect me.
Okay.
So I have got a lot of accumulated problems, health complications. I got palpitation, I got migraine, rhinitis, lumbago, that's a back pain, and I got also asthma. I used to have a series of attacks. I collapsed several times. Okay. But the warm water it was not enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Now going back, though, in the question, just
the bathroom issue. Yes. He's been talking a very important question.
Yeah. He's saying about القرآن say وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي.
Yes.
أفلا تعلمون.
Yes.
Now his question was water, not cold, not hot, and not
yes.
room temperature.
He mentioned about that. The Quran did not specify. Yes. First of all, it's وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي أفلا يؤمنون. Okay. Yes. Quran is just giving it doesn't specify everything in details about science. Quran gives it's giving a glimpse of that, and then scientists, I don't call myself a scientist, researchers and so on, came up with discovering a lot of scientific evidences. It's not only from Quran is a beginning. It's just giving you a glimpse, giving you the base of the information. But of course, once even there's a debate about the cold water in the Holy Quran, but there's a lot of controversy. That's another question. If somebody will ask, or would like me to talk about that, about cold water healing, and so on, about Jacob or Sayyidina Ayub, like that, So that's another issue. Okay. So anyway, scientifically, that's what we came with that. Hot water, we didn't talk about. We have some other, clarification, some hypotheses we'll be explaining. Of course, we cannot cover everything under one, but at least we try to cover some critical topics.
In fact, that is one of the main reasons why I got to invite again.
Thank you.
Is because hot water, the topic is very, very big. Now, going to the second question.
Yes, about the bathroom. Yes.
Yeah. Drinking a lot of water, you need to go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
And if you're in a meetings, it tends to be a bit difficult.
Yes. See, myself, I follow the big cardio application. Believe, implement, continue, appreciate, discipline, understand. The more you take that very serious, you need to ask yourself, who am I and what I'm expecting to be? You want to be healthy because we know that health is the wealthiest part of what we're looking for. And going to the bathroom, yes, sometime after 10 minutes, sometime after 1 hour. It doesn't mean every 10 minutes, every half an hour you'll be going to the bathroom. That depends also on the weather condition, depends on your activity, and depends. I've been doing lectures and people realize for 4 hours giving lecture without going to the bathroom and been taking about 3 liters of hot water. Why? Because I've been using a lot of energy and I've been going into dehydration. So when I lose water, I need to compensate. So here, the more activity, you will be having a tendency of going to the bathroom less.
The more activities you do.
Yes. No. Also with the weather condition, most especially Oman is a dry country. Weather is dry weather. So yes, you may have a tendency, but sometimes there is it may happen. For example, you go in an air conditioning room and so on. Yes, you may feel that you need to go to the bathroom, but there is a bathroom everywhere. When you go to the bathroom, you remove toxins. You detoxify your body. We should not try to use as a reasons of I cannot go to the bathroom because I drink too much hot water, it will make me to go to the bathroom. No, there is a toilet, there's a bathroom, the toilet everywhere.
Yeah, but what happened if you are in a conference or an event, and then you're sitting, and they've got, the conference has got a lot of seats, and you are sitting in the middle.
Right.
Okay, and the conference takes about 2 hours. Every speaker comes in and speaks for an hour.
Yes.
And then you want to go to the toilet at that
All right, that you calculate, because that conference will not happen every single day. You're in a conference, locked in a conference. That's an exceptional case. So you don't take you a big glass of hot water before the conference. You take just a sip, or during the conference you can take a liter by liter. So with that you can cover the 2 hours. But I believe it's not going to be every day a conference of 2 hours.
Good point. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Otherwise the conference, you have to ask the organizer to give some interval. At least every half an hour or so on, to give a 5 minutes break.
No, that's right. Now, tell me one thing. Is hot water good? Can hot water be replacement for eating food?
That's a very good question. See, I have realized that most of the diseases are obtained from the food.
Okay.
most especially the food we eat today, is not a safe food because of food preservative. That food preservative, we cannot deny that the GMO, genetically modified organics, because of the world population has multiplied 10 times from 700 million to 7.4 billion. So it has to cover. They have to cover up. They have to make a mass production because of land, agricultural land, reduce it to cope up with the increase of population. But in another way, scientists have worked hard to make genetically modified organic foods. So, but in return, we are paying the price. But that's why I came to realize that hot water is now to rescue human being because of it's unavoidable circumstances that we live the modern life. We enjoy in one side, but we pay the price on the other side. Right. Now, when we talk about with the food, yes, you can. I found that you can even substitute up to 80% of your daily food intake. You may even shift into taking your food when you are hungry. So it's something we forget about. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's nothing called dinner time or breakfast time or lunch time. You just have your meal when you are hungry, when you crave for it. And you may even need to take just a small quantity. Why? Let me explain here why. It's a very crucial, very important here for listeners to pay attention. Now, the food we eat, contains proteins, carbohydrates, and fat. The proteins produce, they're diverted through the enzyme metabolism system to produce what we call the amino acids, which contain nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and you have the carbohydrates like from bread and so on like that, that produce what? The glucose, which is the sugar for our blood, right? And you have also the fat, produce fatty acids. All these are through the metabolism, through the digestive system, the body producing the energy. Is at the end the body is using this food, all these organics to produce the energy the body needs. So the end need is the energy. Now hot water therapy, it does produce the energy for our body, which we'll explain later on, of course, about how hot water produces energy. If one of them is about the first law of thermodynamics, about energy transfer from hot body to cold body, and so on. We can go further in details.
Definitely.
But once you from the food, the problem here is what? The waste. Our body cannot get rid of all the waste disposal. Will not dispose all the waste, so there's still some remnant in our body. Worse of that is because people, they do not drink enough water, because metabolism use digestive system needs a lot of quantity of water to process the food, to digest the food. So lack of water sometimes will cause accumulation of the waste disposal. So the food that we have taken, the waste from the food, that will cause a lot of complications in the long run. Now here with the hot water, you don't have any waste disposal. I mean, it's because it's just simply water you've been taking. It's just hot water with temperature that's hot.
Tell me one thing, Dr. Faris. Hot water, should I have it with some any kind of ingredient, like with lemon, sugar, or anything, or should it be plain?
That's a very good question, my dear Mr. Tariq, and I even repeat here, sir, please do not add any on your hot water. If you add lemon, you add honey, you add anything on water, is no longer water. So anything added to water is no longer H2O, because either it becomes toxic or it becomes herbal. So lemon added to water is herbal.
So that's
green tea is herbal, but it will never substitute. So, and how it can become toxins? Extra, like for example, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. That's not safe for drinking. Just extra molecule of oxygen, which is a non-toxic, but make the water become toxic.
That's very good input. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go, from Dr. Faris himself, saying that you don't need to put things into your water. I've realized a number of people who put some kind of ingredients into water, like a lemon and so on, or some people honey, but that's not what you need to do to get the best impact.
Once you put any ingredient on any molecule you add on the water, that you are enjoying your herbal. Green tea is herbal. lemon tea, whatever it is, is becoming herbal.
And the
But
impact is
that's
big.
not a substitution of your daily intake of hot water as we recommend.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, number to call in is 24602058 if you have any questions pertaining to our subjects today, and that is specifically drinking hot water and the implication and the benefit it has for you. Please call us on 24602058. Dr. Faris is here live to answer to any of your questions. Interesting discussion today we have with Dr. Faris on hot water implication, benefits, and the value it has over you. We've got a few minutes to go before we end up our program, and before we end, I've got two questions to ask Dr. Faris. Question number one is, have you seen people impacted by hot water? As in, have you advised someone that you know, a friend, someone from the family members or so on, to start drinking hot water, and then you started seeing them, whether gradually or in whatever fashion, see them that they are impacted and value of using the hot water?
Oh, that's every single day of my life I'm living with that.
Okay.
Really, it's growing worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
We have reached 197 countries in YouTube alone without using any promotion.
Okay.
And questions that are floating on me, sometimes I cannot even cope to answer the questions.
Okay.
But sometimes others, they want to be like a patient to follow up the case one by one-to-one coaching. Yes, we got a lot of testimony. I got with them. Many who come with a testimony, even with the also lab certification.
Okay.
They go into my medical checkup. They come up with before they starting the therapy and after therapy. We have a lot of that with cancer, with asthma, with a lot of diseases and a lot of complications. We have people who have been also losing completely hope for like 19 years, 20 years.
Okay.
They've been living with the diseases, with complications, and
Okay.
life has changed completely.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hot water is something that you need to see a change in your life. Dr. Faris, do you have any advice that you wish to share to our audience before end of our program today?
Oh yeah, the advice is that our life is so precious. We will never know the value of our health until we get sick. Just even simple headache, we start to realize how important to take care of our body.
Sure.
So, and the more that we are a twin, every human being is a twin, is born as twin. Twin means by the body and the soul. The more the body takes care of itself, that means giving the soul the chance to do more, to produce, to become productive. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has an ambition. Everybody wants to do better. We will always do better. We will improve by the more we give our body what it deserves. We give the care. So I really recommend and advise everybody to realize the importance of the health for themselves and for their loved ones.
Dr. Faris, thank you very, very much for joining us today on Oman Radio FM 90.4 to share about the importance of hot water and how it impacts our body. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best and success in all you do. And in fact, I look forward, inshallah, to see Dr. Faris Center في Oman, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tariq.
I know
really
you already had
appreciate
that vision, and the importance, of course, to keep up with the vision, and inshallah you'll achieve it, Dr.
it.
Faris.
Inshallah, thank you, Mr. Tariq. I really appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program for this week. I hope you all had an intriguing time with us. If you have an interesting topic, feedback, or comment that you wish to share with me about the program, please write me an email available on my website, www.tariq.net. I will be very pleased to hear from you. Now, let us catch up again next week on Tuesday, same time at 5:30 p.m. for a knowledge session. I'm Tariq Hilal Barwani, along with the studio engineer, DJ Al Badri, wishing you all a happy and a pleasant week. Ma'as salama.